Let's take a look at how to bold text in this Illustrator tutorial. So there's two options to bold your text. The first option is to use the font styles that exist with whatever the font is that you have. So there are different weights to fonts. If we look over here in the character panel, so this is in the properties panel. All these panels are in the window dropdown if you don't have them over here. But when we have some text selected, we can choose the font, which you have tons of different options of fonts. Some are bolder than others. Some have different styles with them. Now, under the next dropdown is the font style. In here, you'll find all the different styles that this font has. In this case, there is no bold option. So we might have to pick a different font, like Enter, for instance, which would have a lot of different options, all the way from extra light to black. Many fonts have different styles in here. Although, as you saw, that last one didn't have any. The Myriad Pro basic one, I don't have any styles. I would have expected them, but I don't have any. So how can we bold this? This is not a word processor. There's no just like bold button. So what you would need to do is add a stroke to your text. I don't recommend this too often, but sometimes adding a little stroke can be helpful. So we have the text out here. In the properties panel, we can click on our stroke swatch and add the same color swatch that our text is. So in this case, it'll just be black. From here, we can increase the stroke size just by clicking the up and down arrow or typing in a point size. And you can see that as I increase this point size, my stroke here around my text gets larger, which allows for more of a bold look. If we actually hide the stroke, so we can hide it, you can see the difference there in bold versus not bold, right? And actually I could just duplicate this over and, well, I could click a bunch of wrong buttons and do that, but I could duplicate this. I'm holding Option or Alt to create a duplicate. And that wasn't hiding the stroke, it was actually getting rid of the stroke. So now we can see the difference between this version and this version that includes the stroke. And so adding a stroke to your text can help give it a little bit of bold look, but you could definitely push it too far. As we go up a little bit too high, you'll notice that the letters start to run into each other. You might start to get some weird artifacts with the stroke. So there is definitely a point that's too far pushing the stroke, and the alignment's going to be off and everything. However, just giving it a little bit of a bold look is no problem if you need to kind of tweak a font a little bit. But that's how you can bold your text here in Illustrator.